I think cognitive psychologists generally aren't concerned with happiness other than trying to keep our participants like willing and able to do experiments. Yeah, it's definitely much more in like counseling, maybe social psych. Yeah.
It seems like so little of self-help is based on research.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing. Oh, I like my sci-fi dance. Try to think, because I mean, like, what happens? It's like, oh, I got a happiness, but no, it's what happens. Because I think the closest like cognitive would come to it is like cognitive neuro, where you're looking at like what brain areas are lighting up for happiness or increasing happiness or decreasing happiness. So like saliency, I guess. Do some work with saliency and valence.
Describe saliency.
Well, valence is the better term for it. So like saliency is like how attention grabbing it is, and then valence, you have positive and negative valence, and positive valence is like puppies and kittens or babies, and negative valence is like war photos, famine, just like the things that don't make you feel good when you look at them. And yeah, so I guess some cognitive psychologists do stuff with that. So, and usually, I guess the context I'm most familiar with it is in memory, where it's usually easiest to get the biggest memory boost for negative valence, but you can also get it for positive valence, especially depending on the age group of people, where old people are much more inclined to remember the happy stuff, whereas negative people are much more inclined to remember the negative stuff.
Wait.
What?
I think what you said doesn't make sense. Try to repeat it. Just repeat it again, thinking what you say.
Are you implying, sir, that I don't think?
I think you mixed the word up.
So the elderly, older adults, are more keen to remember the happy stuff, and younger adults are more keen to remember the negative stuff. The end.
Okay.
I think that's what I said.
No, I don't think it is, but...
We'll turn this bus around.
It's on video, we'll know.
Are you implying that I'm not paying attention to the words coming out of my mouth? I reject that assertion, sir. Okay, so aside for the God helmet, what other sorts of things would you guys be interested in?
Think you could tackle AI at all? Like, not
I would need your
doing
help.
AI, but like thinking about what's required for AI.
Oh my God.
No?
No.
Okay.
I mean, I would need lots of books. That would be a very research-heavy project.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about free will?
Free will I can do more easily. Yeah, saliency was the wrong word. So, like you can have, there are like two dimensions. So there's like valence and then there's like saliency. So you can have something that's very positive and very salient, or you can have something very positive but not very salient. So like just the cutest seal with big puppy dog eyes, center frame would be very positive and very salient, whereas like cute seal puppy but like a ways away and kind of lost in the noise would be less salient. So it's just kind of how attention grabby it is. What?
Okay.
It wasn't the right word to. I was talking about valence. Whoops.
We're doing it live.
We're doing it live. Fix it in post.
There's no post.
Shit. So, according, I don't know if you guys have played with the YouTube Creator Studio.
Yes, but Sam Harris disagrees.
Yeah, that's gonna be a series because, yeah. So I think, yeah, and going through like the brain and how the mind works and consciousness and all of that, like, can get to a point of making a more founded sort of thing, and it's probably going to be like me versus me, but not like ContraPoint's characters, because I don't think I can do that, but just like pro free will, pro determinism, like what are the arguments, what are the counter arguments, like evidence, because I mean, even from like a physics perspective, do we have free will if like every particle, like if we know its history and we can predict its future, what does that mean for the brain? What?
Yeah, we can't. Newtonian physics is not. I mean,
something was. I remember that from introphysics.
Well, but introphysics only teaches you Newtonian physics, but it's very likely our brains have quantum processes, right?
Why?
So there's a few. I'll have to show you a few ways to do it in the brain. But I mean, basically, right? You've got single ions doing things.
Right.
In the end, it'll end up being a probability.
But okay, so if we have thoughts being determined by probabilistic things, is that even free will? If it's just sort of like random. How can you see if we don't have eyes? Yeah, it is a project on my to-do list. Which, I mean, it's not a bad thing that I have no shortage of things on my to-do list at this point, but...
I mean, I think in my mind, I think it's likely that we have some sort of cognitive ability to make decisions that isn't predetermined. It's almost like having a random seed generator with a...
Like, look at the comments, sweetie.
I have to read the comments too?
Yeah.
Well, the random generation of sports from random field.
He's thinking.
Yeah, I don't know if quarks is the right word, but I mean, there's certainly plenty of ways to get random processes in the brain. I need to refresh. I mean, I don't know too much about the biology, unfortunately. I'm purely physics.
I got plenty of books. I tried to get you to take more bio. You were like, no.
It's hard.
It's not hard.
I think it's hard.
It's so easy. Well, okay, it's easy until physiology, and then it's hard, and then it gets easy with ecology again. That was my experience. But in my experience, C is definitely for chemistry, so...
Yeah.
Hey, you got a B one
and
semester.
Then a D.
Chemistry is no bueno. Which is funny, because one of the YouTube channels I've been watching is called Nile Red, and it's like a hobby chemist who makes random shit like mercury out of household or things he bought off of eBay. It's crazy.